Good afternoon. I just want everybody here to imagine that you're no longer in quarantine and you just returned home from a hike that you took at your local state and national park earlier today. You grab yourself a quick shower and now you're getting ready to enjoy a barbecue with your friends and family. Your guests are arriving, you begin to pull out the burgers, the sausages, the steaks, and fire up that grill. Sounds nice, doesn't it? Well, would you believe that the effects of hunting and the benefits of hunting may have contributed to your nice day? Would you believe that hunting could have made your barbecue into a healthier, cleaner, and more ethical meal? Well, some people believe that hunting is just the killing of innocent animals for sport, but in reality, it provides so much more. Hunting provides opportunities to create family traditions, healthier eating, the conservation of land and animal species, and also contributes economically to thousands of jobs across the nation. So hunting offers that opportunity to connect with nature, create family bonds and traditions that get passed on from generation to generation. Now, I was born into a family of hunters, and I remember the days of sitting in the woods, the wind blowing through the trees, the birds chirping, watching those squirrels and chipmunks chase each other around, and also listening to the whispers of Grandpa quietly next to me, giving me hunting lessons and stories from when he was a kid. Then you'd have those moments where your heart skips a beat when you hear a rustle of the leaves on the ground, which were usually chipmunks, and would pique your senses, wondering if what I was there to hunt for was coming near. Well, these are the moments that I'm never going to forget, and I got to experience these same moments with my husband, and I also get to do that currently with my 13-year-old daughter. So the satisfaction of knowing that during that hunt and after that hunt, that the lessons that we learned from a mentor of using patience, skills, and ethical behaviors will offer and provide food that is so much more satisfying. So what I was taught was to harvest what you need. I was taught to get a clean shot to avoid any long-term suffering for any animal, and before dressing a deer, I've always said thanks for providing nourishment and food for my family. So Wikipedia defines field dressing as basically the process of removing the organs of a hunted game, which is a necessary step in preserving the meat from the animals harvested in the wild. But believe it or not, hunters are passionate and dedicated conservationists. The preservation of old hunting traditions starts with what's known as communion. And this communion is the first of all hunters' moral and ethical promises to behave with utmost respect towards wildlife and nature. So hunting benefits people, the environment, and conservation. The harvest of an animal, whether it's a white-tailed deer, whether it's a turkey, rabbit, elk, etc., can nourish one's body with lean, healthy, antibiotic, and GMO-free foods. According to the Environment Working Group analysis, superbugged meat is an antibiotic-resistant bacteria that has been detected on raw supermarket meat. The bacteria, ground beef turkey was 79%, pork chops 71%, ground beef 62%, and chicken at 36%, and nearly 80% of the bacteria found on the meat remains antibiotic resistant. So despite the overwhelming evidence that the government still allows most producers to give highly important antibiotics to healthy animals to compensate for the stressful, crowded, and unsanitary conditions that they live in. Justin Townsend, editor-in-chief at Harvesting Nature, stated that game meat has been proven to be leaner, more beneficial, and more beneficial to your body, than the domesticated livestock. And the condition from which wild game is harvested is much cleaner, environmentally safe, and healthier than those domesticated animals. So as an added bonus, the general worry about injected hormones, toxins, steroids, and additives is now eliminated. So what you harvest is safe for your body. Your food is organic and is as local as it gets. Not to mention that the pursuit of that game requires some level of active participation. But not only does hunting supplement what can be bought at the stores, but it's also boosted the economy by providing jobs for more than 700,000 people nationwide. That's a lot of jobs that the hunting industry brings to the economy. And employment comes from the form of working at stores like Cabela's, Bass Pro Shops, local hunting and fishing businesses, game wardens, park rangers, and so much more. But studies show annual spending by the America's 14 million hunters amounts to about $22.1 billion going back into the economy by hunters and outdoorsmen. A lot of the funds from the sale of hunting and outdoor sporting are from licenses and the primary source of funding for most state wildlife conservation efforts. So the taxes from hunting activities go to the states or federal government for purposes of enhancing wildlife habitats, managing and maintaining parks and wildlife refuges. So hunters contribute in a big way to benefiting the natural environment. Keeping our wild habitats undamaged, clean, and as natural as possible is a key aspect to having suitable places to hunt. But hunters are not the only ones seeking such habitats. Ecologists depend on them for research. Hikers, bird watchers, and wildflower viewers all prefer the habitats that are uncontaminated and full of wild things. So in the end, hunting is sustainable. It creates traditions and the ability to form bonds with family and friends, provides a healthier alternative to food you eat on a regular basis, like at that backyard barbecue you imagined yourself throwing earlier. Gives you the opportunity to connect with nature, whether it be hiking through a park, taking in the sights of vegetation, birds, and all the animals around you that have helped benefit from the conservation efforts that hunters have helped provide. Thank you very much.